name is Courtney James, and I'm here with Patrick Cruickshank, the CEO and director of 9 Mile Metals. And this morning, we're just going to discuss the company's latest news release announcing the mobilization of the California Lake VMS drill program and introducing new targeting technology. Patrick, thank you so much for taking the time to discuss the significance of yesterday's release.
Oh, thank you for inviting me back, Courtney.
Yeah, this is great. So I'm just hoping you could start a little bit to explain some of the key points that were communicated in the release.
Absolutely. I think people understand now why we've been quiet for a little while. This press release was very important and very optimistic for us. As you can see, this is 2 years worth of accumulated data and geophysics and integrating 4 technologies independently that give us our roadmap for our exploration program. We're very excited. A company called Earth Sciences came to us about 4 to 5 months ago and said, we've got a technology we've proven out around the world in mining. It originated in the oil industry, and we've modified it, and it's proprietary for rock mineralization exploration. And they turned around and said, and you have the biggest target in the Bathurst mining camp that we found with our technology. So we started a process with them and integrating their technology, but without disclosing any of our other targets or any other technology we were using. So everything was independent and trying to proof find it. And it came back and it was correlated with EarthEX's targets from the reprocessing and the strong conductor axis. That's all layered onto the image. But what's really interesting is they also found their technology proved out the Wedge mine, the Canoe Landing Lake mine, and we're trying to discredit it, obviously, but it all correlated completely with our other existing technology partners. So we're cautiously optimistic, and it is one missing piece that we believe is truly valuable. This technology evolved from ExxonMobil, and it's a magnetotelluric derivative. So what I mean by that is using acoustic sound waves to shoot into the ground and give you 3D images. The missing component that they claim that their technology is unique and proprietary is they can actually give a density signature of the target subsurface. So what's intriguing to us is geophysics and EM technology has not evolved since the 1960s. So when you shoot magnetics in the ground, you get these targets, these magnetic halos and targets. But really the strength of the technology only goes down 300 or 400 meters. And then what's happened in the last several years is companies can use algorithms and reprocessing and extrapolate deeper in the ground. But it's all based on projections and so on. The acoustic EM actually is sound waves, and theoretically they just continue, right? So what they've done is they flew the entire Bathurst mining camp from 2016 to 2019 with fixed wing airplane with a huge power source EM. And then they used the Bathurst Brunswick number 12 mine as their baseline. So use the biggest mine, go back, shoot it, get all your metrics and all the 100 different criteria they use as a baseline, and let's go see if we can find a copy. And that's kind of simplified what they've done. Well, they reached out to us and said, we have, and they're trying to find the biggest one first. It is scalable. So we have already gotten all our targets, but number 10 is our biggest. That's why we're drilling that first. And if that is successful, then obviously we have multiple targets with this same 3D technology to continue with. So we're very excited. We're very excited that the technology is all overlapping and consistently giving us the same targets. So that's I can't wait for the rig to start.
And I've heard it's a pretty amazing rig and also a really wonderful team behind it that's quite familiar with the Bathurst area and
Yeah,
some significant.
this is a deep hole. It's we're going to be doing a 1,000-meter hole. We are utilizing our grant that we received from the government, and they've been super supportive, and they're very excited because, like I've always said, every 20 years there's new technology and then there's a rash of discoveries, and they are deeper and invisible. So we're very excited to have the government support us on this. So we're doing that one first, and also it's the biggest. And then once we get from that one and have success, hopefully, then we can modify, and there's other targets as well. It's pretty interesting because they can do the density in the 3D. What they did is they took a VMS deposit. So think of a brick. So when you're shooting these sound waves in, what they do is they measure the speed of the sound waves. So when it goes really fast, think of it as a porous brick, and then when it goes really slow, it's dense, right? And it's harder to get through. So that's how they've interpreted in a simplistic form the lenses. And there's only one thing in the camp that is a vertical type of rock projected lens. And the density on this target number 10 is 6 times the average in the camp. So
Oh my gosh.
Obviously having EarthEX giving us the reprocessed node that it's there and the strongest conductors over top. It is on a folded nose. So all these other factors come in and support the prioritizing of this target. We've done soil samples on top of the target. We have rock samples on top of the target, all with VMS elements in them. So we're going to test the biggest one we have first, and then continue with the program.
That's
I will
amazing.
say
Well,
one thing with the crew and the rig.
mhm.
We have to get a special rig, strong rig, but it's and we have a gyro, reflex gyro probe on the front of this, so we can track the dip and azimuth and the trajectory of the hole, because you're 1,000 meters down, you can it can plane out and you can miss your target. So we've got that utilized. They have a Starlink internet on site, as you can see from the flat panels on the rig, and we'll have live technology and data streaming coming in, and cameras for the to watch the drill rig in action as well.
Well, that is really exciting news. I know that was a great update. And is there anything that your investors in the community that are following this can look forward to in the weeks to come for news flow?
Uh, Lots of it. Besides this rig and the crew is very experienced. We're very lucky to have this crew. They have about 99 years experience in the Bathurst mining camp. They've drilled at the Brunswick 12. They've drilled at the Brunswick 6. They've drilled at the Caribou. They've drilled the big deposits in Bathurst, underground drilling and on surface drilling. And they know how to maneuver in these important discovery holes. So we're very excited to have this crew with that kind of experience and knowledge, because your drill partner can be instrumental in the drill program.
Right,
Once because
definitely.
they'll be able to recognize footwall and hanging wall and different parts of a VMS deposit that are flags and indicators for where you are, and they can manipulate the rigs very well. So we're excited to utilize them.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to share about yesterday's release. And I look forward to learning more about the program as it continues to evolve.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Patrick. We'll chat soon.